Good evening, everyone. It is me, Breakman Z, here with another Z Reviews. Okay, now I've done something I haven't done before, and I've actually prepared what I'm going to say in advance. I know, it's shocking, but, I felt it was time to get semi-serious. Here we go. Alright, let me take you back to 1995. Windows 95 is released, DVDs are announced, Yahoo is formed, the OJ trial rages on, and eBay is also born. On the gaming front, the Sony PlayStation hits the scene and sparks a change in the way that we game today, while the 16-bit era begins to draw to an end, yet developers continue to show an interest in the consoles of those times. One large supporter was Square, back before they merged with Enix and became a bunch of douches. A game they produced for Nintendo's contender, the Super Nintendo, became a true classic that has endured through the ages. I speak, of course, of Chrono Trigger. This game helped change the RPG genre, thanks to its then unique battle system, enticing story, well-developed characters, multiple endings, and kick-ass music composed by the master of music for Square, Nobuo Uematsu. Also, the character design was done by none other than Akira Toriyama, the man who created Dragon Ball and lent his talent to the Dragon Quest series. Later, it was released for the Sony PlayStation in 2001, along with Final Fantasy IV in a dual set called Final Fantasy Chronicles. This version stayed true to the Super NES version with the addition of anime cutscenes at several key points in the story. The anime cutscenes were also done by Mr. Toriyama, so that kicked ass. Now, 7 years later, it returns yet again to make us step into the gate of our youth with Chrono Trigger on the Nintendo DS. I won't bore you with the story, since I'm sure you've heard it by now, and if you haven't, then go out and get a copy and play it. Do it now! For the most part, the graphics remain the same, except for maybe a couple little changes in the sprites here and there, but it still holds that classic 16-bit charm. The music has also been improved in a couple of spots for some additional clarity and awesomeness. And there have also been a few changes as far as some of the items and script goes. For example, tonics are now called potions, tabs are capsules, Magus is referred to as the Fiend Lord, and lightning has been changed to light, which, if my research is correct, is closer to the original name of Heaven from the Japanese version. Now, naturally, being on the DS, you can use the lower screen to move about and interact with the world. But fear not! If you are a purist for the Super Nintendo days, you can switch things so that the lower screen serves as more of kind of an information area. And also, the anime cutscenes from Chronicles make a return. But again, if you're a purist, you can switch them off if you like. So you can get a real Super Nintendo experience here. Some of the extras that Chrono Trigger DS brings to the table include a couple of extra dungeons and a new little area called the Arena of Ages, where you can raise monsters to fight for items to use in the main game. Think of it as kind of like a Chrono Trigger version of Pokemon, only you don't take the monsters with you, you send them off to different ages to train. It's not a required part of the game, but it's a neat little add-on. So, what's my final recommendation for Chrono Trigger DS? Get it! Even if you have a copy for the Super Nintendo or the PlayStation, or even a ROM for something, you can't go wrong with a classic like this. It's a great game, and it's about time Chrono and the gang return to the Nintendo family. Trust me, you won't be sorry.